Jim Bowden wrote this article yesterday. Should MLB move the trade deadline? Why pushing it to mid-August makes sense. And he's got execs on the record talking about it. He asked Dave Dombrowski, legendary baseball executive. His answer, quote, I think it's a good idea. So he's essentially in favor of moving it back.
Simple and right to the point.
He asked John Mozeliak, longtime executive in the sport, very successful with the Cardinals for many years. And he said, quote, I think it's worth the conversation. Bowden writes about how the draft has pushed back the conversations between executives because they focus on the draft for a while. We also have a ton of injuries in August, and you can't do anything about them anymore besides waiver pickups, which did create the dump deadline a couple of years back with the Angels getting rid of all those players, but that's not the norm. And I think the most important part for the marketing side, Kratz, was how he said a later deadline would help the sport's visibility because it would shine a light on MLB more than ever before for the first 2 weeks of August when many people shift their attention to NFL training camps and exhibition games. True. He's got a great point there. MLB owns July, but there shouldn't be a ton of competition yet in August when there aren't real NFL games. This would keep the narrative going. Online audience loves trade talk. I'm part of that, right? I'm a fan that loves podcasts, YouTube, TV. I can't get enough of the trade talk. That's me. And I'm looking for that. I'm searching for that. So are many other fans. I want to know what's next. Who is my team trading for or who's being traded in the league? Keep that conversation going another 2 weeks. I would say the only downside is that some teams might say it's not long enough and I'm going to shave some of what I'm giving you off the return. And I say, I don't care as long as we get the deal done. I don't care if the prospect package isn't as good. The same players are going to move. You'll get more players in the pool because more teams will be out of it.
But then they're not going to move them. I think it's going to be the adverse. Like teams are going to be like,
oh, I'll take the comp pick.
Yeah. Like they're not because we've already devalued the player. Like
by 2 weeks.
But that's 2 weeks less of a chance that the owners and the teams want this because then they can tell, are we in it or are we out of it? Now they're like, I'm not sure. I could lose my job because I think we're out of it and then we're back in it. So it's creating more certainty for them and less value for you want to go to a team that you're going to play an extra month and try to win a World Series with for 2 months or a month and a half.
I don't think it makes enough of a difference.
I think it makes a huge difference. They're going to take, 70 at-bats away from Eugenio Suarez on the Yankees, on the Tigers. That's huge. To me, if you're a team aspiring to be a winning team, and we have less teams that really aspire to win than we do teams that want to win, you want to get this done. So to me, if they're going to move it, I would be in favor of an earlier deadline that gives them, maybe you get some type of compensation for the teams that actually want to win. And they're like, hey, halfway through the season, so June 15th, there's some type of deadline because we want to move the other deadline back to August.
So 2 deadlines again.
2 deadlines again, because the second one helps teams make that change. The first one, the Rockies knew they should be selling in that early one. The crappy teams who don't care about winning, hey, you know what? You don't care about winning. We'll incentivize you to trade X players with years of service. By June 15th, you get something back, whatever the currency that they want. Right. Whatever currency they want, a third-round pick. And then you have the regular deadline moved back to mid-August, if that's what they want. I don't like it any later with it just being 1.
That's fine. I just think 2 weeks later will create more attention, more action. And if you're worried about the return, the one other thing you might have to figure out down the road is getting rid of the qualifying offer, which is not actually crazy. The league did offer to give that up, and then they wanted the international draft. They didn't come up with it, but the qualifying offer is annoying. I think that eventually will go away anyway.
Completely?
So I think it'll eventually go away completely. And if it does,
it's going to sound like something different.
And you're a team and you have a guy and you let him go till the end of the contract and he just leaves, you get nothing. And that's how it should be, because that forces you again to get something for that player. And because that even happens right now. Sometimes a team will be like, hey, the best prospect I'm being offered, I don't think is as good as the 35th pick, which I'll get for this guy leaving. So I'll just keep him. I'm trying to think of things that will create more action and activity.
More buzz, too.
Yeah.
I like it later. There's a couple things. I mean, the draft should be a different time.
No doubt.
All-Star should be a whole week long. So everybody that gets picked, start the game on the Friday or Saturday. So now all of a sudden, you can go home, but I feel like guys that get picked, they don't play. You want to see all these guys play. Try it out. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? But yeah, I do like the trades to be a little bit closer to the September start, because if an injury does happen, or if you're going into, you're down 2 or 3 games and you need a 5th starter, like boom, and other teams are going to get better too, because they're going to get rid of some of their best players, or prospects at least. So I'm all in for that, Scott.
Thank you.
My thing with it, if you're going to move it back, is that just drumming up more publicity, hubbub about the trade deadline?
Yes.
Or is it making a better product on the field?
Both.
Because Ryan McMahon playing for the Rockies does not make a better product on the field. And Eugenio Suarez playing for the Diamondbacks right now is not a better product. Though the best players on the best teams that want to win, or I know the Braves want to win, but they're not in a winning window right now, putting those players on those teams. Think about the Dominican Republic. Your team is out. You get drafted to the teams that are in the playoffs. So they have the best players. You want the best players on the field to make the teams the best, to make that product the best that's out there.
You will have more trades if you push it back 2 weeks, because there will be a few other teams that say, I'm tiptoeing. Okay, we just lost 7 out of 10. Our percentage chance went down even more. You will have a couple more teams that fall out of it. You will occasionally have a big injury in those 2 weeks where a team gets desperate
too, yeah.
And they're like, hey, I got to make this move. I just lost my third baseman.
Just add the August 31st one back.
The waiver one?
Yes.
I don't mind
it was
that.
so asinine. In my opinion,
I'm
it was
okay
asinine.
with that one too. Yeah,
But
I just want more in August. August gets slow
Just more action
for no reason.
More action
Yeah.
overall.
And this is a show that loves talking trades, which we're going to do with Ken Rosenthal coming up. But first, a reminder, Next Playground still has that sale running. You can hit the QR code on the screen right now for 20% off. That's a $50 savings. Play over 45 games. Fruit Ninja, which Kratz is terrible at. Home Run Heroes, Star Strikers, Todd Father's best in Tom's River at the game at the moment. Number 1 ranking in Tom's River, New Jersey. Don't at me. But anyway, check out the game. It looks like this.
Even summer needs a backup, a pal, a little sidekick in the good kind of chaos. The kind of partner that turns living rooms into playgrounds and reminds us what our bodies and our hearts were made for. Play that moves you.